Look at this old locomotive here. Man, this thing is beautiful. 1151. They certainly don't want you going in there, that's for sure. This thing sits outside of the Virginia Museum of Transportation. I believe it was in a scrapyard for many, many, many years, along with some of its fellow old locomotives, and it was saved. I'm not sure if anything will ever happen with this. So from what I gather, there were 4 of these steam engine locomotives that were sold for scrap in the 1950s by the Norfolk and Western Railroad Company, where they sat for another 50 or 60 years when they were then pulled out. At the time, Norfolk and Western were still making steam locomotives, so they were worth nothing more than just scrap. And now they're just so historic looking, so cool. What an amazing thing to see. Kind of peek in here. Look at that. Now there were 2 480s that were rescued out of that scrapyard. This is one that's left here. The other one, I believe, has been restored or is being restored. I don't know why this one is sitting here. My guess is that it just, because it costs so much money, probably $3, $4, $5 million to restore this. But how could you not? There were some others that were pulled out that I believe are in the museum that have been restored or are at least protected. Why this one is sitting out here exposed to all the elements, I don't know. So what do you think? You think it would run? I mean, eventually, but how much work, how much money do you think it would take to get this thing running again? And how cool would it be to see it all restored? All right, if you want to stick around, I'm going to go into the museum now and show you what's there. There's all kinds of things there, planes, buses, mostly trains, but there's a lot of interesting stuff in there. So I'm going to take a quick look, just give you a quick tour. Look at this thing, a Tucker Snowcat, 1963. See what it looks like. It's locked up. I'll show you the other side. How cool is that? There's currently a train going by somewhere. I can't see it. I can hear it. There you go. Some of these have some plaques on them where you can read about them, and some of them do not. Huge crane. Industrial brown hoist. Wow. My guess is some of these are going to get restored and some are just here for parts. These old controls. Awesome to see. See, I had no idea that when you see a locomotive like this going down the road, that this is what they look like without the sides. I had never seen one before. Maybe that's normal to some of you, but to me, never seen it before. Wow, look at this. Number 34. Awesome looking. Lots of train activity here today. So this is the covered area here. I would guess that most of these are either already restored or maybe, you know, in the survivor class where they just want to protect them. But there's all kinds of things in here. Interesting old buses and some semis. Look at this huge locomotive. I'll show you these buses. This is probably one of my favorite things that are in this area here. Unfortunately, they don't want you going inside them. But they're all there. I mean, this is, look, you can see inside. 1962. Look at that. I'll show you what the front looks like. Lighting is terrible right now because of the sun, but that's the front. Thing's a beast. I don't know, what would you say this is, 1950s? There's no signage on this one. Trying to get an interior shot. It's not working out though. Here, I'll walk you around to show you. Maybe we can get a shot of the, there you go. Yeah, I wish there was something about this one, but there isn't. And then of course this awesome 1934 Dodge Brothers school bus was used here in Roanoke County. Look at this. Wow, look at the inside of this. That is awesome. That's what you would have went to school in. In the 1930s. So the ones in here underneath this roof, you can go in. Most of them, I guess they have at some point been either restored or they're just survivors. Look at this. This old caboose. Virginian caboose 321. I could live in this thing, travel around the country, convert this into a little home. I mean, it basically is already. Making my way inside now, I just wanted to kind of show you this stuff real quick. I think there's even a hearse up here. Yep, look at this. Beautiful. A Cunningham horse-drawn funeral coach. Wow. How fun would this little thing be? Wow. Now that would be fun. I was always jealous of those houses. You've probably seen them online on YouTube or whatever that have those this size train tracks in their yard, in their backyard or whatever, and it goes all through their property. You have your friends over, cruise around in this, sipping beverages. It was called the Mill Mountain Zoo Chew. 1952, the small train used to run through the Mill Mountain Zoo. Visitors to the zoo could be toured around the facility in the miniature rail cars. It was the first representation of a diesel General Motors EMD F3 engine built at that scale and was painted with Norfolk and Western colors. Oh, I guess they put sand here because they don't want people sitting in there. People sit in it anyway. Reproduction of an old mechanic shop here. All the tools and everything. Huh. And back outside here, this concludes the tour, quick tour of this beautiful museum. There's a lot more here that I didn't even show, so if you're somewhere in the Roanoke area, definitely come down and check it out here. If you stayed for the whole thing, thanks for watching the whole thing and hope you liked it. And leave a comment. Let me know which of all these was your favorite, and also let me know if you think they'll ever do anything with that old rusty locomotive out there. That thing is amazing and I'd love to see it restored one day. All right, I'm getting back on the road. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.